let's break this down now with our guests one by one. We have with us on the broadcast Major Mohammed Ali Shah and also Ambassador Deepak Vora.
To learn from you, to learn from that outstanding soldier, Major Mohammed Ali Shah. India is blessed to have children like them.
Let me rope in Major Mohammed Ali Shah into the conversation as well. Major Shah, my question to you, sir. As we've, of course, been discussing on our channel also for quite some time now, a free, fair, open Indo-Pacific charter amidst now what's happening in Ukraine, China dropping hints over Taiwan over and over again. Can we find any hope now for the talks to turn into some actionables?
Well, as Ambassador Deepak Vora rightly said, he has cleared it in a very crystal clear manner. He explained it so nicely that, right now at this point of time, when the Deputy NSA, Dalbir Singh, had come from US to India on 30th of March, he came with there will be repercussions on India's bonding with Russia and India not rebuking Russia's action, India taking oil from Russia on discounted rates and such things. And the very next day we had Mr. Sergio Lev coming over to India. And in fact, it was a message loud and clear. India is neutral. You take examples of the First World War and the Second World War. Who were the mediators? Who were the peace brokers? The countries which were non-aligned completely. They were the ones who came forward and who brought in peace. Otherwise, it would have continued. Even now, till today, we would have been still fighting a world war for that matter. So India is a very, very good, India has a very good role in being a peace broker. And today, US needs India more than India needs US. Be it in its activities in the Indo-Pacific. Like, I'll give you a small example. Like China, like in 2018, there's a place called Solomon Islands, which is 2,000 kilometers from Australia. So now Solomon Islands in the year 2008, it is basically 6 major islands and 900 fragmented small islands all over the place. And they're so fragmented, obviously, it'll be very difficult for the command and control. Their issue would be there. So they're so fragmented that there is law and order situation all the time there. And they are problems of pirates, cargo, shipyard, they are gang fights. So in 2018, Solomon Islands signed a pact with Australia that Australia will protect them and Australia would have a right to send their peacekeeping army to Solomon Islands to protect them. Now, that happened, fine. Solomon Islands made friends with China. China on the sly made friends with Solomon Islands, and now they have signed a pact, a deal which was not disclosed, but it was secretly leaked, the draft of it, which said that China can send its peacekeeping army to Solomon Islands, which means now China will send its army at 2,000 kilometers away from Australia, which amounts to exactly the same thing what Russia was fearing from Ukraine when Ukraine joins NATO. The entire 2,295 kilometer stretch of border would get exposed. Now, that means Chinese army will be very close to US as well. And US right now has to curb Chinese aggression and by all means, as you said earlier, Dirika, the Prime Minister had spoken to Joe Biden was in March, last month, over a Quad meeting, Australia, Japan, India and America. And there was also talk of the 4 nations training the fighter pilots in the Anderson Air Force Base of US. Well, US right now needs India. We all know that. We all saw it during the COVID also when US had imposed sanctions on India for export of the raw materials of the COVID-19 vaccines. But the day India administered 1 million vaccines in one single day, called a coincidence or whatever, US opened up those sanctions that very day. US reversed it. So US needs India right now. And also if you see the example of the S-400 missile systems from Russia, which Turkey had procured, US imposed sanctions on them. US tried hinting to India that they would impose sanctions on us, but that could not happen, and I doubt that would happen also. So yes, when this meeting and this talks take place, I think our bilateral ties with US are going to exist. They will only be strengthened, and it will not affect the fact that, just because we are not rebuking Russia's actions, how does it help? How does it help in bringing peace? There is no logic to it. I mean, UK did that. We saw the UK Prime Minister strolling in Kyiv with President Zelensky. Okay, fine, if you rebuke Russia's actions, but rather that much of energy should be invested in getting talks done, bringing peace. And when India maintains a neutral, balanced stand, India can be in talking terms with Russia, okay. India can be in terms with Ukraine, with the Western powers, with US, with UK, with Canada, with the NATO nations, and India will play a very, other nations tried. Israel tried it, France tried it, Turkey tried it, But it didn't really work too much. But yes, today's meeting with Mr. Modi and Joe Biden will be very fruitful. I am very certain of that.
Absolutely.